want you to think back. When was the last time you had a French martini or even saw it on a cocktail menu here in the UK? I'm guessing it, for mass market, I'm guessing it was actually quite a few years ago. And yet when I go out to cocktail masterclasses or even in the general domain and ask people what their favourite cocktail is, I'm not saying this is always like the number one, but the French martini does get mentioned a hell of a lot. Hey there, I'm Steve the Barman and I help UK pubs and bars make more money by putting fresh, fun, exciting and unique riffs on famous classic cocktails to help them stand out from their competition. So why has the French martini died off? Well, as I've been saying in this series, I think it is purely a case of a lot of bartenders getting bored with it. It's just simply 3 ingredients and there's not much room to kind of play and go off in different directions. It is what it is. And when, as a bartender, it's the same as a chef. You want to create, you want to invent, you want to make your own cocktails. But sometimes in this world, you have to kind of go back. If you're thinking as a business, you kind of have to revert to what sells. And if this goes on a menu, this is going to sell. And it's one of those arguments why a bartender and pubs and bars in general should be providing experiences that you can't have at home. And you could argue that this is a very easy cocktail to make at home. You can get all these ingredients very easily from a local supermarket here in the UK. My argument is that actually in this day and age, how many people can be bothered to make cocktails at home? It's only a small minority. So actually people do want to go out and visit their local pub and bar to have a cocktail like this. And it is that funny thing in my line of work when I go out and especially hen parties, when I talk to hen parties, they'll often come at me and go, oh, I had this amazing drink, while I was on holiday in Spain. And more often than not, it is those basic cocktails from the 90s and 2000s. Just take this weekend. I've been working this weekend. Just take this weekend. It was the Blue Lagoon. They wanted me to make the Blue Lagoon because they'd had it on holiday a few weeks ago. And you know as well as I do, the Blue Lagoon is flipping decades old. So I do think we're in this world now where we are missing a trick. Yes, I know bartenders want to get creative. I want to get creative. But I think by not referring to these classic old school cocktails and by not putting your own riffs and twists on them, I think we are leaving money on the table. If something is famous, it's gonna sell. If people can easily identify it, it's gonna sell. But there's nothing stopping you putting your own fun riff on it. Now, for those of you who've never made a French martini before, it is actually one of the simplest cocktails you'll ever make. But it is sometimes, I wouldn't say ruined, but kind of not as it should be, because a lot of people will add too much Chambord. And it shouldn't be like a really vivid red forward cocktail, which I do see quite a lot. It's the Chambord is there in a minuscule amount. Now, the origin of this is from New York. It's got nothing to do with France. The French bit simply refers to Chambord, which is a French liqueur, French black raspberry liqueur. Many people think it's actually to do with the vodka that was used, Kettle One. It's not. Whether Kettle One was the original or not, I don't know. Kettle One is a French vodka. I actually don't think it was. This recipe comes from New York. And I'm pretty sure it probably wouldn't have been Kettle One, but I don't know. But the whole French martini thing refers to the Chambord. That's where it's come. So a decent vodka, you're pouring vodka, you have got a bit of juice in there. You are masking it with a little bit of flavour. So, you don't really need to go up to sort of £35 vodkas in this. I think they will get slightly lost if you want, but we've gone for Absolute. I've restocked. If you've watched a few previous videos, I kind of restocked. So we've got that. A pressed pineapple juice, 100% pressed in there. And then we've got our Chambord. As I say, it's black raspberry. So to start off, a 50ml double bubble of your decent vodka, 50ml of your 100% pressed pineapple juice. And then this will shock a lot of people. It's only 7.5ml of Chambord. And then to serve up, double strain into martini glass, coupe glass, whatever you've got. Then to garnish, I'm just going to pick out a few of my little dried raspberries from Frona. There we go. Now, if you're looking at that on the close up, that is how the French martini was intended to look, okay? You can see that it's not deep red in color, which you will see some French martinis, okay? Now, I'm not the cocktail police. Of course I'm not. If you as a pub or a bar and you guys at home, if you want to add a lot more Chambord to your drink, you absolutely go for it. I'm just showing you how the cocktail was intended to be, okay? The little bit of black raspberry notes that come through there should only be in the background. It's vodka and pineapple with a little bit, not like a raspberry forward drink. Now again, you know, not my favorite cocktail. It is essentially vodka and pineapple with a subtle hint of raspberry that goes through it. There's nothing more to that. But people do love it. And here's the thing, right? I've done this at list price. So if you are a pub or a bar, you know, you dare say you'll be able to make this even cheaper. But this has just cost me £1.58p to make. Okay, plus the ice. All right, so a little bit of ice and all that. But actual ingredients at list price, £1.58. Now, if you're telling me you can't sell that for close to a tenner, if not more expensive than a tenner, especially if you go up slightly in the vodka, you know, this is where your cash margins come in. That is incredible. £1.58 for a cocktail that is a big seller when you put it on a menu. Now look, if you want to put a riff on this, where the hell do we flipping well go with this? Because as I say, it is just 3 ingredients. There isn't much wriggle room really. This video is sponsored by me, kind of, because in the description below, I have 3 fantastic offers for you guys. The first partnership I'm bringing you is my good friends at Franklin's & Sons. They are giving you UK viewers 15% off your very first order. My long-term buddies at Drinkstuff, I've been a customer of Drinkstuff for 25 years-ish, give or take, and they're also a client of mine, but Drinkstuff are giving you 5% off your very first order for you UK viewers. But I've also got something for you guys watching worldwide. I've been getting a lot of comments recently about this apron and where did I get it from? Well, I can now tell you. This is from Fancy Gents over in Greece, and they're giving you 10% off any apron on their website. Now, all 3 of those discount codes in the description of this video. So if you go down there and check the description out, you'll find the discount codes, but you'll also find the link to download my free PDF cocktail book. Now, I know there's going to be a lot of people here instantly thinking, do you know what? And I've had it on comments in all through this series. It's like, you know, any cocktail is made better by swapping the vodka out for tequila, for pisco, for rum. But my argument is, you know, people love that because it is plain. Again, this comes down to bartenders. They want to put like real big depth of flavors going on and take the drink away from what it primarily is. This is popular because it is vodka. It's not popular because it's tequila or rum. Yes, even I would argue that it might taste better with tequila. It might taste better with rum, but is it going to sell more? No. Like it or not, and whether you believe me or not, this is the truth. If you take a vodka cocktail away from being a vodka, for the mainstream, it's just not going to sell. It's not going to have the appeal. People see tequila, people see rum, they'll be like, yeah. It's not what their favourite cocktail is. So where do we go? What do we do with riffing this up? Well, you know, I do dig vodka Absolute out quite a bit, you know, in videos. You know, it's not the best vodka. I wouldn't drink this neat, and I have got into drinking quite a few vodkas neat. There are better, but you have to think of mass market. You have to think of what's available to most pubs in bars here in the UK. So as a brand, Absolute does smash it. So we can have lots of fun with this. In the previous video, you've probably seen me rocking out Absolute Citrus. I've got another flavour to come out with this. Absolute Mango. Mango in this, yes, it's just, you know, it's a mango flavoured vodka, but this is going to add to that excitement of that cocktail. Now to the vodka, I'm also going to swap out the Chambord because I'm not actually a huge fan of Chambord. It is quite subtle. It is nice. It does work in that cocktail, but I do think we can do better. I'm a huge blackberry fan. The Bramble is one of my most popular cocktails on my cocktail masterclass, and it is blackberry. And obviously creme de mure is still French. So we've still got that whole French element of this drink. Now this is where we start to get a little bit controversial, because now I'm actually going to bring in a puree and I'm going to go pineapple. Now my argument is, yes, it's easy to get. It is, you know, it's pressed. It is pretty long life, but it still needs to stay in live in a fridge. And I think you can actually kind of play with this and do purees, which are long, especially this sort of stuff, is long life and shelf stable, okay? And you don't kind of lose that pineapple-y vibe. We've still got that, but I think the important thing is you do have to balance it. So now I'm going to add in a little bit of lime juice as well. And then there's one final ingredient coming into the mix, because as I said a couple of videos ago, I really do love this liqueur, and it just adds something, you know, quite magical to any drink. This is Liquor 43 herbs and spices. You know, the overriding is vanilla. We know vanilla and pineapple works really well. Vanilla and mango is going to work really well. I just think this is a great addition. Now, because we haven't got that juice, we're going to lose that sort of white frothy nature of the cocktail. So I'm actually going to add in a few drops of the miraculous foamers, or the magic velvet, wrong brand, the magic velvet foamers from Still Above. There we go. There's the miraculous foamers. These are the magic foamers. Of course, the first time I've used this, that's proper mango forward, that is. Oh, right, 50 ml double bubble of your mango vodka. Up in the berry note, just ever so slightly, we're going for 10 ml of creme de mure, and then 15 ml, 1.5 of Liquor 43, 20 ml of the pineapple puree, balanced with 10 ml of lime juice, and 6 drops of the magic foamers. And then double strain. And then just garnish again with some of these freeze-dried raspberries from Frona. Now look, cards on the table, there's a couple of things at play here, because as I said, that was £1.58. Obviously, with a lot more ingredients, that's actually costing more. That's now £2.61. That's an extra £1. However, you know, if you write this creatively on your menu and list the ingredients and kind of put that different spin, it becomes a more complex cocktail anyway. So people see the value in that. You know, when you've just got 3 ingredients, it's, you know, it's vodka and pineapple juice at the end of the day. But this now becomes, to most people, this actually becomes a more expensive cocktail. The other thing is obviously the colour. It is slightly different, but we have taken it away from that vodka pineapple juice kind of vibe, and we've gone, you know, this deep red colour. But crucially, there isn't, you know, creme de mure is more vibrant in flavour than Chambord. It is. So you're going to get more blackberry notes as opposed to more subtle raspberry notes. But I don't think that matters in this, because it is all about the taste. And my God, that is absolutely banging. Wow. Vanilla, the Liquor 43, there's layers here. Mango, Liquor 43 comes out. You've then got that juicy burst of pineapple, but not, it's more vibrant, it's more concentrated form. Not a sweet cocktail by any stretch of the imagination. It's not kind of as booze forward as that, but then you've only got, you know, you've got 50 ml of vodka and 50 ml of pineapple juice. You've got nothing else really to kind of balance that out. This, there's all over. You might just think I'm bigging my own work up there. Little samples of that, people are going to pick that one every single time. I'm that confident in that. That's flipping amazing. Do you know what? I can't get over that mango and that Liquor 43 in there. That's just, wow, that is such a good cocktail. Arguably, like a whole world away from the French Martini. But you've still got vodka, you've still got berry, and you've still got pineapple at the heart of it. So, you know, technically, arguably, it's still a French Martini at the heart of that. We've just gone in a different direction. That is a seller. No matter how much you disagree with me, that is going to sell like hotcakes. That's delicious. So now it's your turn. I want to hear from you guys. If you've got ideas to riff up the French Martini, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to see your suggestions. And if you do make any of these cocktails or make a French Martini with your own riff on it, upload it to Instagram, tag me at Steve the Barman, and I'll do my best to share as many as possible to my stories. And if you love what I'm about, and if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. But if you want to see another vodka cocktail, another cocktail that you could riff up and add to your menu, then watch that video right there.